Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I'm Beatskuga and tonight we'll be playing some Dungeons and Dragons as we continue Calamity of Astralia, and that's Australia, not Australia. Australia, like Ronald Weasley would say. No, Hermione, my bad. Um, well, it has been a month since we played last time, but finally we are back. Sadly we're one man down, but should be fine. I hope you get well soon, guys. Um, Anything else? Well, we'll be back with some Shattered Pieces tomorrow, hopefully. However, Gas is the dungeon master of it, so I wouldn't assume we're playing too much, in case he's still sick. But we'll also be back with some Return of the Sun Emperor on Tuesday. So check that out as well. And probably next week, unless I start sooner, I might start streaming games again. I've been sorting out my stream, so things will be changing drastically very soon. Drastically, I say, it's not that much. But we'll see. What else? No, nothing else I think. So let's just get into the game. Also remember that you can use the channel points to change the outcome of the game, giving people advantage, disadvantage, nat 1s, nat 20s, resurrect someone who died this session and this session only, or even a random magic treasure. Who knows? And the music you hear and will be hearing and have heard is by Kevin MacLeod from the free pack in Roll20. I think that's it. So let's get in and say hi to the players. So, Scrooge.
Mind on 2 targets.
Hello everyone. How you doing?
Good.
Very talkative, I hear. Good, good.
Mm-hmm.
So, as per usual.
You can have 1 point of inspiration if you do the recap bits.
Oh, you want to give me a point of inspiration? Are you sure about that? Because I will use it against you. All of you.
Don't give the DM inspiration or ideas.
I do that all the time.
Same. But you know, the inspiration could also be used for a helpful NPC.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna use my inspiration for that. I'm an evil DM, you know. But yeah, as per usual, one of the players gets a point of inspiration if they do a recap properly. And if they do it properly, that is. So who will do the recap of last session?
I can try.
Do it, I dare you.
We'll see how this goes before it will burn. Let's see. We had just killed the zombies, I believe. We putting them in a pile. Belagar was using its axe and cutting the heads off so they wouldn't go back up. Very good for him. Null was cleaning his knives, mending his pistol, and the others just, I believe, sat around. Nessa might have helped with the bodies. Rickon went to get the guard. And I believe, was the guard just returning when we... Ah, yeah. There were 2. One didn't trust him that much, so one followed him. He explained the situation. Then we locked the house. We went away from there. And they were gonna get their commander. Nessa... Well, did she went to the... No, I'm lost. Rickon, I believe, went to meet his uncle, the dockmaster. Null and Cassie Yeah, they went after Nessa and Beligar, who went to the
Sunrise Boutique.
went they to the ship or
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, there was a picture of a
Sunrise
ship.
Boutique.
They went to the ship to look, and when Noel and Cassie turned around to get Malbor, he was gone. Noel and Cassie caught up with Nessa and Beligar, and as they were arguing with the dockmaster for that pier master, and they managed to persuade him for 15 minutes that they could check the ship out.
Nils, just shoo the cat away from the bag, please.
And then they shoot a cat away from the back.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I thought I was muted.
Cassie and Beligar went into the captain's quarter, found a manifest describing something strange howling on the ship. Noel and Nessa went downstairs and checked. Didn't find anything. Noel found a large metal crate with scratch mark on the inside, like something had been tied up and wanted out. There was it Beligar that went out on the
Yes.
the backside of the ship. So someone had jumped into the water, hit up on the pier, and he shouted. There was a small creature, I believe. He turned around, saw him, and just ran away. So we got out of the ship sometime later, and Nessa wanted to brawl with the pier master.
Mhm.
They had a little back and forward, and Nessa put the bridge to the ship down, I believe. Yeah. They had a forward. Then we started tracking. Noel started tracking and found someone carrying water, because the creature had been in water. Beligar tracked the creature real good. But then it seemed through the pier market or something, and to the lower quarter, then there was a wall. Creature climbed the wall. Nobody could climb it. And Beligar, I want to attack the wall. And then there was no wall. And there was a shouting lady in the shower. Yeah. And Cassie, the male, went forward and put a towel on her. Null turned into a lady himself and just started walking away. Nessa started walking away also, and the others follow. And just and I missed the guards because different street. Rickon was going to meet his uncle, and when he got there, he met a halfling, and he couldn't get through to that little bastard. They had some back and forward. He didn't trust who he was. He showed who he was. He didn't trust him. So he just went there. And that little bastard, that was it before? No, after. No, they met, had a conversation. Don't exactly remember what. About the disease, or the plague. Explain everything. And while that happened, without Rickon knowing the thing, he had Cassie's lizard on his back. So probably everybody could see it except him. So when they finished their discussion, he went out and got attacked by the halfling, who was on vengeance. He went to the pier, and the others had just arrived back to the ship. Then Rickon was a little mysterious, asked some stuff, found out that Beligar had a ledger, the ship ledger, asked if they read it. They noticed Cassie and Belgar had. They knew what was written. Null and Nessa asked, what is written? You're lying about something. Because Rickon had taken the 2 or 3 pages out from it and burned. So they were trying to get what it was, and nobody would tell them. And while that happening, they heard some strange noise from the back, turn around, and a Marbor had appeared. I believe that was everything as I could remember.
Yeah, sounds about right. So you can add a point of inspiration.
Thank you.
For a proper.
Yeah, it was a month ago.
Yeah. It was a month ago, yes, indeed.
Yeah, sadly.
But yeah, you proper recollection of what happened. Also, just to add, in the crate, it was not just scratch marks, and it was not just howls. It was also small holes and odd marks that wasn't fitting in with scratch marks, and the sounds were described as howling and screeching.
Isn't what's the most screeching? It's not a
Thanks
dog.
for the bits. Thanks for the bits. I appreciate it. Actually, is that I'm not sure, but I think that might be the first bits I ever gotten. So thank you.
The first?
Yay.
Oh.
But yeah, with that we shall continue the story. So, as you're standing at the pier, Marbor, you reappeared here in the group talking about secrets, just listening in for a while before you basically grabbed, I believe it was Rickon's shoulder, if I recall correctly, and said, this is nice, getting along, getting to know each other, learning things about each other, but also letting people keeping their secrets. And Belagar asking, where have you been? And so.
Quick question, are we supposed to be hearing music?
Yes.
Roll 20.
I am listening to that and it's quiet.
Yep, it's quiet.
Cricket.
Background music.
How about we do some other music? Either way. Let's do. Do we have a doc one? No, not that one. That's definitely not the right one. I have so many sounds. So many. Just so many.
No, but
Let's
Yeah, not that one though.
Go.
Oh, Jesus. The fuck? Marbert. You have been on about. Kind of got distracted with all the undead and kind of got worried and started looking around a bit more, forgetting that you were actually part of a group for a while and went on your own mission So I would like you to roll me an investigation check.
Do 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 do. Do do do. Gotta find it on the thing because I'm not. An investigation. What am I gonna get?
Either.
11.
I didn't show up here, but that's because you're on the
I'm
thing,
on a tab,
I
2
think.
tablets and a.
Oh yeah, 11. So you go around and trying to figure out this mystery. You do find traces of undead, but you do realize that these are traces of those you have already dealt with. And you don't really get too far around in your investigations, as after a while guards start to swarm the place, is probably the best word. Making sure to make a blockade for at least several blocks. And they tell you to join your friends, or at least stay out of this block for now and let the guards do the rest. And you also meet Darius, as he is part of the guards coming there, and he informs you that they have found a couple of clues in regards to the Black Rose in both where the I'm pretty sure. Yes. Do I need to go here? Let's see. Where's the map? Where are the city names? Here. Alright. Yes. Load in. Cool. Thank you. So he has found information about the Black Rose. Some more clues in regards to the location in Eastor. As well as they have been seen in parts of Haven, and someone was seen traveling from Cantris northward just half a day ago. So when your group are done with their investigations, he wants you to go there. Whether it is later today or in a couple of days, that doesn't matter, but he has some more information on them should you be interested. And then you eventually found your group after having looking around for a couple of hours. Finding them at the docks by a very beautiful ship.
And that's where I put my hand on Rickon and heard all their secrets and non-secrets. Is
Yep.
what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's when Belagar asks you where you've been.
Brilliant. Oh my dwarven fellow. Secrets. I'm not quite sure where I've been actually. Up and down, left and right, and a bit of a whirlwind adventure on my own. What? Yes, I'll tell them about that in a minute. But first, does anybody have any tea?
Unfortunately not. Although there is possibly a lady up the street who might be interested.
What lady?
Well, I'm sure whoever we scared the living daylights out of could use a soothing cup of tea by now.
A young lady in need of tea? Whatever are you on about, my dear fellow?
Well,
Ace is just rambling. Ignore her.
fine. So are we going to be standing around here all day, or shall we actually go to talk to someone of some sort of authority about what we have found?
I've already taken care of that. My uncle's going to be taking
Excellent.
this into under his wing. Since it's getting it's quite late in the day, isn't it?
It's roughly 5 p.m. in the afternoon.
Can Nala ask why there is a lizard on his back? Or why the lizard is on his back?
Can you see the lizard?
It's a bright blue lizard against Rickon's clothes.
I know, but my cape's over it, right?
Yep, it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I thought everybody could see him. Okay, then can I
That's
do
why
an
my uncle didn't
investigation
mention
or
it.
perception?
I
See,
will
it's
say
very
more. What is your passive perception?
14?
No. You can't see it.
Okay.
Like, what?
Hmm?
Why don't you guys go back to the tavern? I will stay here for the guards and tell them how to deal with the ship's contents. And then I have a woman in a broken down house to find, so that I may pay for some accommodation so she isn't sleeping tonight and a zombie doesn't walk in through a massive hole in her house.
You know where to send the bill.
I know where to send the bill.
My
Tell her,
dear
dwarf.
fellow, all zombies enter through a hole. It's called a door.
Oh, there was no door before Belagar showed up.
There was a wall, not a door.
Well, the
Make
area
door
was
now.
the area was crawling with guards, so I'm sure they could take care of it. And why don't we all wait here then? So I'm finding it rather odd that we should be splitting up at all times, especially under threat of a zombie horde.
As you say that, you can suddenly see 3 very heavy armored soldiers, 2 being completely covered in helmets and armor, so it's impossible to see their faces or make any notes on if they are male or female or anything. However, one of them is standing much taller than the others. Himself also covered in a very shiny silver helmet with just small holes for the eyes. If someone would look in there, they would see quite glowing blue eyes. And they walk up to your group. And you can hear this burly male voice say, Nessa Rose Willow, you are demanded your presence in our temple at this very moment. We have deemed you worthy and ready to take your oath, so we will need your presence for the rest of the evening. The rest of you can do whatever you need, but this she needs to do alone. And Nessa kind of looks at you guys and says, well, I guess we'll continue our discussion about you, Rickon, later. I'm very curious. And
Nothing to discuss.
she looks to you as well, Cassie, as you are willing to keep the secret as well. And she says, I shall return to the tavern whenever I'm done. And she turns around and follows them, with two of them going behind her and then the one leading in front.
Cassie looks to whoever's standing closest and just says, is this a happy occasion? Because that looks like a funeral procession.
The paladins, they always look like they're a part of a funeral procession.
Trust you on that, because I don't have that much experience around paladins other than Nessa.
The killjoys.
As you're looking, as they're leaving, you suddenly feel something against your leg as you're kind of standing there. And you feel a bottle. And you look down and you see a health potion. With kind regards, Lilith, to Oi.
Thank you, Lilith. I appreciate that. Well, they were kind enough to drop one of these, so I guess I can't be too mad at them. And Cassie picks it up, puts it in. You could possibly call it a backpack, but it's not really. It's one of those half slung over bags that are just carrying stuff. Yeah, you know, one of those you can slung over the shoulder that kind of looks like an elongated sausage on the back.
Oh, okay, maybe not a sausage, not a satchel then.
He has a bunch of those too, but this one is more for stuff that doesn't go in his pack.
So a sausage bag.
All while this is going on, Marva has
Sausage.
started pulling out a teapot and a
I'd be confused with the dash hound.
trying to find an open
But would
fire
star a
source
dash
to
hound
make
perfectly
tea.
inside it.
Yes.
That would be adorable.
So Marber starts to make tea.
He's
in
trying
the
to
middle
find
of
an
the
open fire source to make tea.
street. Make a perception
Null
check.
Null want to pull out one of his swords and just turn it on fire. When he notices Marbury is making tea. Just so he won't walk away.
Perception roll is... Give it 2 minutes to actually load up. ...23, natural 20.
Nice.
So you see
That's it. Just waste a natural 20 on looking for a
30.
fire.
You see 30 different fires. 25 of those are torches. You see 2 barrels very far in the distance where someone is burning junk. And then you see one tinder box light up quite far away where someone is lighting a cigar or cigarette of some sort, or a pipe. Can't really tell because they are standing with the back against you, but you see them lighting something. And
And a firefly is buzzing around.
you also see a brazier outside where the dock master lives. And
Just
then
just
you
to
see,
stay with it in.
and then you see very brightly a fire on top of a sword that is held by Noel.
Just because it's Marlborough and he's not the most perceptive normally, he's going to stand there over a torch holding the kettle high up in the air.
Cool.
Please come back to the tavern. Just all of you, please. I'll be fine. I'll...
Well, I'm gonna leave Sapphire with you since she's already on your back, so.
What? Excuse.
Yes.
Repeat.
I'm sorry, what?
Repeat.
Sapphire, about yay big, bright blue, is on your back.
And I'll reach behind me and I'll just grab it with no gentleness. I grab it. I managed to grab it.
I guess make a strength check versus a dex save.
Sure
Why is
thing.
it strength?
Mm,
Be dex.
I guess you could use dex as well. So dex versus dex then.
Yay!
12. Did it show up?
Oh, fuck you, bitch.
So you try to grab whatever is on your back, and suddenly you feel something running around and inside your clothes, and you feel this slightly slimy, scaly thing just crawling on your body.
Get this slug with legs off of me!
Well, you don't have to be rude about it. And Cassie's just hold his hand out and say, well,
Why
the rude
has
man...
your lizard been following me?
Well,
It's
because
very
of you...
ticklish at the moment.
Well, she's sort of a gecko, so her foot pads are a little bit scaly or frilled, so... Because
Eventually it crawls out.
Yeah. And Cassie holds out his hand for her to run up. I asked her to follow you because I don't trust you to make sane decisions when it comes to this situation.
So did you make a sane decision?
I went to speak to my uncle like I told you who I was.
You were also very gung-ho to go hunting vampires on your own.
No, it wasn't.
Bullshit.
You would have also noticed the halfling kind of slamming his knee as well. So,
So, in case you needed assistance, at least one of us would have been there to help you.
How would you know if I needed assistance or not? Or was it run back to you?
No, she's a familiar.
Were you spying on my private conversation with my uncle?
No, I wouldn't actually need to be blind and deaf for that. And no. But she can signal to me by images if, one of our friends is currently on fire and in danger of being killed. Maybe you should come and help.
Afraid
Only
to
my
say.
sword is unfair. Only my sword is unfair. I'll turn around and look for these bloody guards. Are they here?
Fine, I realize I overstepped and I'm sorry, but
Ask next time.
will do. I was just concerned, considering our conversation earlier.
Yeah.
At this point, my kettle starts to boil.
Squeak!
Yeah, you just hear this peeping sound from a kettle.
I just imagine him standing around a burning barrel with a bunch of homeless people.
Yeah.
How you doing, fellows?
It's taking too long on the torch. I've moved on down the street.
Yep.
Although it seems like we should probably have Sapphire on Marburn instead.
Yeah,
You think?
he wouldn't notice.
Don't be fooled, dear boy. I noticed a lot of things. Ooh, shiny.
You're worse than I am.
Can anyone see any guards?
Make a perception check. If anyone's looking for a guard.
Are they on their way? I'm looking for the ones that are supposed to be on their way. I did tell my uncle. Bring some.
Nope.
Oh yeah, and Belagar uses his boots of false tracks to stop making dragonborn tracks and instead makes his regular dwarf tracks.
I'm going to use my hearing to see if I can hear any armor. So I can't close my eyes and start focusing.
Right.
15.
Alright, so with a 15, and you're looking for specifically armor, you can hear actually quite plenty. And it sounds like it's running or jogging, at least. Some walking. And you can see in the distance, you can see guards coming from different streets, kind of moving people out from the streets onto the docks, and kind of making a barricade around a fairly large block. And you can also see Darius in the distance, kind of shouting orders and giving instructions to guards and to people.
Speak of the devil, there's Darius. I'm gonna go and talk to him.
Right. Also,
Start walking
Oopsie,
towards.
could you mute yourself while not talking? Oopsie,
Sorry?
could you mute yourself while you're not talking? Because we hear a lot of noises in the background. Thank you. Uh, so you walk up to Darius, and Darius notices you, and he looks at you and nods and waves you to come over, while he is still directing some orders to some other guards and some people. You can hear him yelling about there will be compensation, and they will be offered temporary rooms in barracks for the next few days.
Bellegar looks a bit nervous and says, "Right, so perhaps we can go to the pub."
Who are you saying that to? Everyone else?
The group.
Yeah. Um,
I give the logbook to Darius.
he grabs it and takes a look. Alright. And this ship is...
I shove my thumb in the general direction of the Sleeping Beauty. The Sleeping Beauty.
I mean Sunrise Beauty?
Sunrise, yeah, Sunrise Beauty.
Or Sunset Beauty? I don't remember. I think it's Sunset.
Sunset Beauty.
The... Alright. This is some good information, I guess. Did you find anything else?
Um,
And I've also
Well, I'll
already been informed about your dealings with the zombies, which I appreciate.
You're welcome.
When that happened, Nana walked up and just like, "Hi, changeling, remember? Because I'm looking like a lady right now."
He kind of looks at you for a while and then... Right, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Rickon, hands out, please. Your hands straight out.
What?
Yeah, hands out.
Why?
And I pull out a box. You're supposed to hold this.
What? Why am I supposed to hold that?
So I can open it.
What? Why? And I'll kind of gingerly
Yeah, and
my
I
arms
put
as
it
far
there.
as my body as
And-
possible.
I put it, and then I make it open again. Sorry, had to lock it. And then open it and open the lock and open the box. Showing. We found this with the zombies. Cassie noticed some strange foul magic on it, so we took it and had it locked. I think you should take this back with you, because I don't want to have it anymore.
Why am I holding the gas box?
So I can open it. Should I close it again?
You should definitely lock it.
Yeah, I close it, lock it, and then I take it down. You want it or your underling? Someone you trust.
Dark magic. Don't really have an expert on that here.
Or should I carry
How
it? Even
about you guys keep on to it? Because I trust you guys to not put it in the wrong hands.
Yeah. This one doesn't go in the wrong hands.
I will see if we can find information on someone who's an expert in dark magic and see if they can aid you. But dark magic is very rare. And so is people knowing things about them, because most people delving in dark magic or information about it tend to die. So
Yeah, I think the owner had died. They had this sword with him, and I take up the scimitar inlays with jewels. Yes, sure. This was also next to it.
well, be careful with it. You can keep it. So do you guys have any more information for me as well while at it? You have this ledger, but what more can you tell me? What have you found?
Ask the dwarf.
Right.
Uh,
I don't see a
the
dwarf
ship-
here at the moment.
Over there. Point back to him.
What?
Well, go and get him then. I don't have time to move around. I need to deal with the guards here, so bring him over.
Take your time, and I'll pat him on the back. I'll go, I need to talk to you real quick.
I,
Right.
Walks over to get him.
Alright.
And while he's doing that, I will quickly tell Halska. That's the ship I arrived on.
Okay.
It took me 3 weeks of travel. There is a box in that ship. A large metal box which I need you to either send to the castle or get rid of. Crown business.
Of course, you're involved in this.
Also, the son we're looking for has escaped to Amatasuru. He left on the boat after. No, he came on the boat to Amatasuru, and then I got on the boat and came back. Very close call. Surprised I didn't. Well, I didn't bump into him at all.
Well, I guess it's luck and unlucky at the same time. Since maybe
Yes.
you would have noticed something wrong and dealt with it then. Shit. So, Amaterasu might be in danger, as well as other kingdoms that the others have been going
It
to.
seems all the infected are no longer here, except the ones that have been already infected.
Well, we still need to investigate, since we don't know how long it takes. Based on this information, it might take longer or shorter, depending on who is infected. Maybe
I
there's something
think
triggering it.
I think it might be the host who causes it to be longer. And to help with the delayed reaction, and I also think that maybe if it's transmitted through saliva or sexual means, it might take longer as well. Rather a bite straight into the bloodstream.
Well, we'll have clerics look at it and investigate whenever we find more undead. They will also go through all people we have evacuated now to make sure there's no undead plagues hiding within them. This is such a mess.
And here comes the dwarf to explain what he did.
Stick around.
and as
Hello,
you
Mr.
see-
Dwarf.
Yeah, and you see him just sort of moving, just trying to slowly move away, just suddenly stopping, just going, "Hey,
Mage hand on your back and just pushing you forward so you're standing right in front of Darius.
what you want?"
So I heard you have some information for me.
Hey, there was a ledger detailing the content of the box. Something about something inside of it making a lot of noise. And you see him sort of try to think about what was written in the book. There was something about the crew not exactly liking it, making a whole bunch of noise. Other than that, I don't really know what it was.
That's interesting. More than I knew. But the creature we tracked.
Hey, there was a strange fellow that tried to run away from the ship.
Did you see who it was?
No, it may disappeared somewhere on the pier.
And you
Alright.
tracked it?
We tracked it a little bit, but it disappeared so quickly we couldn't follow it. I think it ran into the poor quarter,
And we tracked it there?
and that's when it stopped. So we went back.
No.
I
He might have tracked it to a wall and knocked the wall down.
Yeah.
I think it was the runner that knocked down the wall.
This little dwarf, the angry, tired face. He was gonna try to get up the wall. He hit it with his war axe, and it fell.
It was actually
Now
quite
the-
funny.
And there was a naked lady inside.
I didn't do that.
How much is it gonna take to build up a wall in the lower quarter? Please send a bill to the dwarf.
If it's the same quality, it won't be very expensive.
Don't worry, we'll just...
Or take it from his reward.
Don't worry, we'll just take it from your reward as a group.
His reward, not our.
No, listen here. You all are a group that are working together, and you all take responsibility for each other. So,
Wasn't even
it will
around.
simply be deducted from your total reward. See
There
it
must be
as,
another way.
see it as team building.
And my mage hand goes,
There might be another way. I'm actually amazing, so I could build a wall. If you provide me with the building materials.
We'll
Making it a
figure.
bit cheaper.
We'll deal with the wall. We'll deal with the lady, and we'll make sure things are put back as it's supposed to be. I guess it shows that at least walls don't stop you from doing what you're supposed to do. Even if you're not supposed to do what you did, you at least can do it. So that just proves your capabilities at least. And you did find some very good information and dealt with a possible catastrophe in the city. So I'm willing to let this slide slightly. I will just take 10 gold pieces for the building materials. You guys can decide how you split that up, but
I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it all.
I don't have any money on me at the moment, since I didn't expect to run into you and you being done by now. But you'll get your reward later on.
Considering that we have been paid twice in the past day, I do feel that it's not really a hurry.
Me neither.
no.
Just
that's one of those
remind me
things.
should I forget.
Yeah, Rickon can talk to his sister otherwise. It's very nice.
She can be nice, yes.
Oh, as for that, Noel, did you hand over the necklace box?
Oh yeah, I showed it to Darius. We're gonna keep it as he find an expert.
Oh,
I know we-
otherwise I
but-
was going to suggest that there are several learned people over at the academy I've come from. that might know about it?
Noel looks at Darius, but is that nothing we're gonna do?
I wouldn't
Well-
mind taking a day trip over there at some point.
I mean, if there's any experts in this kind of area, that's a good way to start.
Yes, write a letter of introduction so they know it's from you. And Cassie knows them probably. But so they know where it's coming from.
Well, I guess I could write something up. Although, the maids,
Or you want it on the...
they are sort of exempt from most civil laws as
No,
magic.
just so they know what they were gonna do for it, so they don't think we're coming with a strange necklace and just what are we supposed to do with this? Just so they know we're working for you. If not, the other note maybe works.
I mean, you have Cassie with you, so
Yeah.
as long as you have her with you, him with you.
Him.
My bad. As long as you have him with you, you guys should be fine.
Great. Just want to do
Uh,
some shopping before we go to the academy.
Him, do whatever you need to do.
I
At the moment, it doesn't seem to be any rush in dealing with things over here at the moment. However, I did find some information for you. You might be interested in the Black Rose. And we found some information of that there's some clues in regards to their hideout in Astor. Someone was also traveling from countries. Is that the name? Yeah, countries. Towards the north, assuming they might be going in that direction. So there's possibilities to investigate there. And they've also been seen in Haven, which is very worrisome. If they're in Haven, they can cause more political havoc than any other place. So that might be even more important and urgent. But that also depends. There's also the issue with the other family members of Lord Felstad, and where they are spreading the plague. So going to the Coraline Kingdom would be important, and Silesia. Raxul is also very suspiciously active in this regard. Northveld Kingdom, well, anywhere really. And going to Amaterasu could be important as well to stop the plague from spreading there too. So I'm not really sure what you guys feel like you want to do, but you need to decide if you have any wishes in directions to go.
Everybody goes to a different country and investigate.
Yes, do it, I dare you.
That
I
was
feel that
outside.
if we are going to be judged as a group, perhaps we should stay as a group. Or judged on our merits as a group.
I would highly recommend sticking together as well. We have people we can send to all these places. to investigate. However, they might not be as competent as you guys are. You guys have been chosen for reasons.
I have
Rickon is
contacts in Anna.
very. There's a lot of potential when it comes to. Someone disappeared. Oh, oops, he went off cam. Cool. Oh, there he is.
You probably choose me because Mom retired.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you kind of just cut me off a little bit there.
No worries. Well, you all were being chosen for a reason. Rickon because. Slightly because of his political standing, but more likely because of his skill sets and features. Let's call it features. And Yunal, yes, because your mom retired. And you have similar skill sets, although still very different.
Yes, but these features are nice. Is that such a joke?
Come on. Why is it that when males turn, for some reason or other, always get when they get female features, they always seem to exaggerate it?
If I was in male form, I would have done one feature. Null doesn't care.
Well, I do have to agree with you on that point.
He was just trying to make a joke.
Wow.
He's a changeling. I don't think he has
Yes.
specific.
I prefer male,
sex,
but
yeah, prefers male. Okay,
don't care
I
too
will
much.
prefer to use male. But let's.
Yes. And Nessa, she has been chosen for her skill sets. Same with Marbor.
Barbara at this time is dancing round a barrel with loads of drunk on tea and high on cigarettes people.
Although his personality and quirks might be questionable. However, I have faith in his capabilities, which is why he was chosen. Instead of a younger
Is that a
person.
cleric check?
Yeah, I have faith in him. Bellager, you've been chosen because we know that your capabilities are very good. Well, I believe Cassie is probably the best face of the party, if anything.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome.
I also feel I was chosen because Professor Norrington got tired of me.
I wouldn't say tired. He thought you were ready for the next step. And so far you've been proven quite useful. And I think this will prove even more in the future. Since you're, after all, investigating people who are keen keeping secrets, and someone who can get secrets out of people, let's just say, is quite useful. Unless you want to resort to bang, cut, and swoosh at people like you others are meant to do. So yeah.
I've always felt that asking the right questions and then listening carefully helps.
Ask the right question and they twitch.
Stay here for a few more days. And then we'll set off on wherever we decide. Preferably, I know I would like to go to Amatisolu.
You wish
It's
it
a
comes with the bastard.
Well, you can stick around for a few days, do what you feel like you want to do. Maybe go and see with the college and see if they can aid you in regards to this magical
If it's
item.
only a day away.
Yeah, roughly. I would say maybe a day to the city or town, and then half a day to the academy from there.
Does a train go to this town?
No,
Damn it.
I would not have arrived in a carriage if there had been a train.
Is your carriage still around?
Well, I got here by airship. Maybe there is one.
I arrived
there.
last night. They might still be around, so I don't know.
Yes,
And
you
it's not
guys-
my carriage. I'm not that rich.
there's plenty of ways to get there. I do know that they have their own airship. However, I'm not sure if they accept visitors on this airship. This I can't really tell. They tend to be unwelcome towards people with no magical interests. So
No
people who are
shit.
studying or are renowned wizards or sorcerers or warlocks or any of those kinds, they might be more welcome, but random people like you might be turned away quite literally.
No, that's snobs.
I wouldn't say snobs. Let's just say they are very careful in protecting their magic.
It was quite funny though.
Margaret.
There was one who was very persistent. He kept walking in circles for about half a day, trying to get into the front
Marlborough at this
doors.
point is going to appear behind the captain and be like, "But dear sir, we're on a mission of great importance. Surely they won't turn us around."
That depends on how important your task is in comparison to their studies. Their studies might, in their eyes, be way more important than saving the world, because the world is...
Ah, Billy Bosh, let's not define whose job is. Yes, yes. Let's not define whose job is more. Yes. Whose job is more important than others, and please just leave it alone. I've lost where I was talking.
Here,
But is the airship docked, or will it dock very soon? Like tomorrow? Otherwise, it's a moot point.
Their airship comes and goes as it pleases. So it doesn't have a schedule. It has a, we come and we go,
Oh,
and you don't have a
So
choice.
there's no airship to the town?
And not to the town, they don't have an airship. They don't have a skyport over there. You
So
could, of
it
course,
doesn't-
if you have the money, you could always charter or rent or buy and do what you will with it. But
Sounds expensive.
most won't like to go to a place and just park midair in the open with no way to get down except through ropes. If you find someone who is willing, though, I mean, go for it. Otherwise, it's a day and a half. Take a walk. Rent horses. Rent a carriage. There's
Technically,
plenty
we
of
already
ways
have
you
two
can...
horses, but yes.
Should we wait and see if it will arrive tomorrow and try to get a ride? Or otherwise, horses and carriage, maybe? Or what?
I mean, you can always try to wait, or at least get some rest over the night.
Yeah, that was I said. Wait until tomorrow to see if they arrive.
Hey, and we still need to pick up the silver weapons.
Oh right, 3 days. Day
I thought you
one.
said tomorrow morning. He'd bring them down.
Oh, 2 days. It was you who asked rush job.
Well, if you are waiting for weapons, I wouldn't recommend letting him wait too long.
No, we are waiting for weapons, our weapons.
Yes, and he doesn't like waiting, the one who's making your weapons.
Okay.
So I wouldn't recommend him waiting for you to get back before you pick up your weapons.
Hey, we should pick him up before we leave.
Yeah.
I I for one, I do not. I can't speak for everyone else, but I for one am still very curious about the rest of Lord Felstad's mansion. We only got to explore and investigate the first and basement floors.
You're of course
You find-
welcome to investigate it more, although we have already sent several guards to the place, and at the moment it seems to be empty. Except whatever you found earlier, of course. But the upper floors, even the attic and such were relatively empty.
In that case, I would ask: is there any place here where one might find jewelry nearby?
Yeah, we
And,
have jewelers, of course.
Excellent. Perhaps high end? I do believe I owe someone a little bit of a favor and would like to buy them a gift.
Alright. High end, that would be somewhere in the merchant district. Or you could go to the more fancier district, of course. However, I'm pretty sure those are out of your financial reach.
Oh, it doesn't really need to be. It doesn't really have to be all that fancy. It just has to be sturdy and look nice, preferably with some form of crystal or gem in it.
Well, I'm not a fan of jewelry myself, but my wife tends to go to a place in. I guess it's like 20 minutes in that direction, and it points. It's towards the nicer district, but it's not quite there. It says there is a small jewelry store named The Final Cut. So
Excellent.
if you go there, then maybe you can find some nice gems. Yeah, I think that's about it, really. You guys should probably get some rest. You guys look a bit exhausted after this day. So, get some rest. And Rickon, we will deal with your misplacement of things. A little mishap. And we will deal with your mishap as well, Belligar. And right, there is actually something you could help me with. There's no rush, but if you are going to the academy in a day or two from now, there is rumors surrounding the bridge leading into the town. There's a troll that has been bothering travelers on occasion. I'm not entirely sure though, but you might want to check it out, and if you deal with it, you'll be rewarded.
Without destroying the bridge.
Yeah, if you destroy the bridge, you have to pay for it. Bridges are not cheap. And I won't take blame in the troll.
Why wouldn't you? Trolls are notoriously all over the place when they throw a tantrum.
Well, make sure it doesn't throw a tantrum on the bridge then.
Not on the bridge. It was a joke. It's a joke.
Well, I'm just saying, if you feel like you want to deal with it, since you're going that way anyway, it's some easy extra cash. I say easy, trolls aren't easy to deal with, so be careful. But, yeah.
Don't see why not.
Now,
if
I
I
have a
wa-
blockade to enforce. So,
You might want a troll for that.
haha, you are funny. But no. But thanks for your help. I will send some money in your way for the things you found out and dealt with later today or tomorrow probably. So I'll make sure you get it before you leave. Or when you come back from the troll. Whatever suits your boat. Floats your boat, that's the saying. Suits your fancy.
I was about to say, there's no way any boat could suit a troll.
No. It's not. Well, either way. Thank you for your help. Now I have a blockade to enforce, so enjoy your evening. And he goes back to directing orders and patrolling. This is. Oh, by the way, does anyone know you want a healing potion? Oh yeah, you dwarf. Here, have a healing potion.
Thanks.
Use it as you see fit. Well, good day.
You too.
And he walks away.
Now that was fun, but anyone else feel like an ale?
Aye.
Yeah. Because we're gonna have to wait, we can do some fancy shopping tomorrow and have a nail now.
Well, shall we then?
So, lead the way.
How am I? Okay, fine, whatever. Do know that just because the big burly one said I'm the face of the party doesn't mean I'm actually the face of the party.
Ronald uses mage hands and on Malbor and drags him with us.
I'm already tagging along.
And Belegor starts sort of jogging towards the inn.
That was more so he wouldn't turn
Walk
away.
the other way.
Yeah.
Are Rickon, I will say that you can see a group of dock workers going onto the ship, and you can see that they have the same working clothes as those working underneath your uncle, dealing with your little issue.
Even better. Yes, get rid of the evidence. All the evidence. I have power.
The power of nobles.
Power.
The funny
of
thing
the
is, Noel got half the story, Nessa got none.
Yep. So yeah, you guys move over to the tavern. Let's go over there. Let's see. Tavern music. Here we go. Let's do this. So you arrive at the rusted pipe. Are you guys doing anything in particular?
I go up to the bartender and says, "Bartender, play me a tankard of stout."
Aye, I'll fix it right away. Anything else?
No. He just stands there, drumming his fingers on the counter.
All right then.
Do you do room service?
Room service?
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of room service you're asking.
Night service.
A flagon of ale and a pie.
I mean, if you want it on your room, we can fix it, of course.
Awesome. I'm gonna be in my room. And I'll
All right then. Can I help the rest of you lads?
Some cider and evening dinner. Charge it
Will do.
to their room. And if you have some paper and a pen I can borrow.
Yeah, I can probably fix some paper and pen for you.
If you don't
Do
have
you need
any,
some
I
ink as
probably
well?
have some.
Oh, you don't use emerald pens? Yeah, then I will need some ink.
All right then.
If you have a hard time finding any, I do have in my room.
Oh, thank you. Need to write a letter home. Explain a few things.
Probably do the same. But not home, but yeah. Ale. Whatever food that is hot and ready to go, and do you have anywhere around here where there's trees and grass?
I mean, there's trees in the streets and grass probably around the trees.
A bit secluded, maybe?
Oh, for the lizard.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have a tree in the back. Like, we have the yard behind, I guess.
Could I get access to that? I don't want her I don't want her to accidentally get run over by a cart.
Well, I mean, you could get a room by one of the windows leading to the back, where one of the trees are nearby, so you could probably actually reach the tree if you tried.
Big of a window are we talking?
A normal window.
So normal windows at the academy where I studied were about a man high and a man wide.
Oh no, I would say
Say if I
half
have
the
to go
height.
and right. So if I have to go and grab a stubborn lizard from the tree, would I be able to climb out?
Yes, you would.
Excellent.
If
I
you're
would love to
careful not to fall down, because I don't want your life on my line.
That's fine. I will be careful, I promise. Now, how much would that room be?
Well, since Darius already paid for your rooms, I could just make an arrangement to switch the room.
Excellent. That would be amazing, thank you.
Oh,
Alright.
by the way, before we enter the tavern, got back to old man so the tavern keeper doesn't get confused.
Alright.
Just an FYI.
Yep. Marber, what are you doing as you're coming to the tavern, being almost dragged, pulled, manhandled all the way there?
By arcade, mage hand. Yes, so you wouldn't turn into a side street.
I was having fun dancing around a barrel of lit fire. And,
They serve tea here.
ooh, tea, let's go and get some tea. And he just marches through the door straight up to the barkeep.
Yep. He looks at you.
Tea,
Yes.
good fellow, always tea.
Which kind would you like?
As at this point, Marber goes silent for the first time in any ever, because all he's ever known is black tea. And now there's other kinds.
Well, there's black tea, green tea, red tea, white tea.
It's shock or amazement. I'll have one of each, good sir. And then sits at the bar just watching.
Right. You realize that tea is not very good if you want to keep your bladder.
It's fine. Don't worry about that. Us Dragonborns are. Well, we seem to be very good at. Yes. Don't worry. I've got this under control.
All right then.
If he doesn't, I know a spell for it.
Oh,
Cassie has prestidigitation.
Cool.
yeah, I was thinking like handle liquid or something.
I don't have creative destroy water, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Please work on urine.
Well, I'll order some tea for you then. And you can see he's putting up 10 different teacups.
Okay, didn't you want some fish maybe? For Sapphire?
Thank you for reminding me. Yes,
Yeah.
that would be great. Thank you.
Do you want a whole fish or do you want just...
Not so loud. He holds over her ears. No. Whatever really
How big?
scrapings you have.
Do you want like this big, or this big, or do you want?
No. Now he holds over her eyes. Just no.
We take a medium. I would like to grill some fish also.
Sounds good. Yes.
Do you want to grill it yourself, or would you like me to grill it for you?
Oh no, I would like to grill it. I take a knife and and it turns green flames. I like to grill it myself, so raw please.
Alright then. And he goes behind and he brings forth a foot long fish, roughly. And it looks very odd, but it looks fresh, and the meat seems nice. And he goes back to getting all the drinks and all the food for you guys.
Kip. Can you get me one of the meat pies?
Aye, will do.
Thanks.
So he is coming out with the drinks, some pies, and also some other food as well for those who wants to eat. And gets it to your usual table, and gets some to your rooms as well. Those who goes there instead. So what are you doing?
Null takes the fish, halves it in the middle, but one for you, one for me, and pushes it towards Sapphire.
Cassie lets Sapphire down on the table to let her do her thing.
Yeah.
She does her
And,
thing quite adorably and quickly.
Yes.
I slice mine up and take a piece and grill it over a knife.
Alright.
Bellegarde takes a sip of the stout, and then looks down into the stout and mutters to himself, "I wonder what became of the little bugger." And then keeps drinking and eating his pie.
You are going to have to be a little bit more specific. We ran into a lot of small buggers today.
What? No, it was nothing.
Right.
Marba's gonna sit in a corner and just pull out his pipe and start stuffing it and get ready to just enjoy a quiet smoke.
Is he high all the time?
Pretty much.
That explains a lot.
He smokes greenleaf. It's a perfectly non. I can't even say it with a straight face. He smokes greenleaf.
He had to start smoking to deal with all the people confessing to him.
All the confessions. Oh no. Rickon, what are you doing?
I've gone to my room. I am waiting for my food.
Yep.
I'm staying away from the others so I don't have to explain or talk to Cassie. Oh,
You
the
get
dwarf,
served.
should he have a sudden remembrance of what was on that thing?
Yep. You get served pie and drinks up to your room.
I will write a letter for Amaterasu for my master, my old sword master,
Alright.
so that I can send him it as a warning, because he's a blood hunter as well, so he should be quite skilled for taking down undead.
Alright.
And I will attempt to write several letters to Flint Stock's son and fail miserably. So there'll be one perfect letter for my master and then tons of scribbled, angry, fronted up balls because he can't freaking.
He can't formulate his words as he wants to. Not
Can't
what-
formulate, yeah, he can't formulate any words for his old friend. We'll call him that. Friend, yes. Hey, he won't harm me. He won't harm me. It's fine. He won't harm me. I'll get to bed.
Alright.
Yeah,
So
I
while
think.
he's bed,
Sorry.
while he's at bed, what are you guys doing then?
Oh, Cassie's gonna help person in charge of the inn move his stuff to the new room. It's most of what used to be in his backpack is on the floor and on the bed, so he's just hurriedly just shuffling everything into it. And
Yeah. Typical wizard room.
where did I put that thing?
Yep. You get your stuff moved around to the other
And then-
room.
And then I think he opens the window as soon as as soon as he can, and plops Sapphire down on the windowsill.
You can see this pretty large, really beautiful maple tree. And one of its large branches is reaching down and pretty perfectly outside your room. It's
That's
roughly like I would say maybe half a meter from the window. So like
Going to be climbed.
this maybe.
Not tonight. I shall see about climbing that tree tomorrow.
Alright.
I think he, yeah, and then he takes out that book that we found in Falstad's mansion and starts going through it again, absent-mindedly placing a jeweled dagger on his bedside table.
Yeah.
As if, oh, this one as well as this book.
Yep. I will say you do feel a bit of ache and itchy on your arm.
Absent-mindedly.
Just clarification, because I can't quite remember. Did we all get individual rooms, or was we sharing?
Individual rooms. So yeah. Anyone else doing anything? Or you doing anything else?
No, I think, Cassie's going to read until he falls asleep, with or without a book on his face. It's probably up to Sapphire. But,
Alright.
And
Okay.
Belagor just goes to bed.
After having a few stouts.
2 stouts, a pie, and then bed.
Alright. No.
Yeah, while eating, I was writing the letter.
Yeah.
Sabra explaining a little bit what has happened, but also that I have magic that somehow awakened. I found some scales and just explaining a little bit. And then turning it, signs it, vad heter det? Men what is it called? I fold the letter and take a candle on the table and just dropping some wax
Alright.
on it. Take my ring, but pressing it down, so it became hard and flat. And then I draw a circle and a dash diagonally.
Right.
That's the symbol for null. Nothing. So I take that, and I take about 1/3 of the fish left to my room, and on the bedside table I put the fish and the letter next to it, and I write to mom.
Yeah. To mom, right?
To mom.
Okay. I had to clarify if it was to mom or to mother.
Hey, I know which one I'm gonna use.
Yeah.
To mom.
Alright.
I don't think that damn cat can go to mother.
Well, you never know.
But I don't know.
Speaking of the cat, the moment you put the fish there, you turn around and then you look back and the fish is gone.
I looked through a letter.
You can hear this humming, and if cats could giggle, that's kind of the sound you're hearing at the moment.
That freak cat. Okay, this is meta. That freaking cat speaks Common and Sylvan. It can fucking giggle.
Yep. But it sounds like what a cat would sound like if it giggled.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy the fish. Please take the letter back home. Or
In
tomorrow.
case
if
you
wanna
still
sleep.
haven't found out the riddle.
No.
Well, you'll figure it out.
Clue, please. And you can have some more fish tomorrow before you leave.
Clues? Clues? There's no funny riddles if you have clues. You just have to solve the riddle. Once you solve the riddle, you can use my whisker finally. But until then, I guess you just have to find a magic word. Have fun!
Good night. And I turn in.
Good night. Hee 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 hee. And the laughter kind of echoes in the room slightly as it vanishes.
Fucking cats like that.
Yeah. He thought it was a normal cat too, before I explained what cat it was.
Yep. Think Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
Marva, what are you doing?
Marba has fallen asleep in the corner in the chair with his pipe still alight. And after a few hours awakes with a start. Sheer panic. remembering some older days.
Yeah.
Realizes where he is and kind of sits back down, puts some new leaf into his pipe and settles again with nothing but memories.
Those were some good memories. You hear a voice say,
Ah, Rodrin. One day.
one day. Not today.
Single tear will roll down his cheek.
You found good friends.
Not many of them like tea like we used to, good friend.
Tea is an exquisite taste. It's not for everyone. Maybe you just have to teach them.
Perfect boil.
Yes. And you can just see Rodin smiling.
I just sort of smile back and fall back into sleep.
You can almost feel that he's kind of tucking you in a way. And you fall asleep.
Tavern is just staring at him like, what the fuck? A lot of empty cups.
Yep. Like shit ton of cups everywhere.
Well, there's at least 10 because it was 10 different flavors.
Yeah. But yeah. You all fall asleep. And get a long rest.
Woo, level 3.
Woo, level 3 indeed. And I think... yeah,
Did you tell Mabbo we leveled up?
I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're now officially level 3. And night is fairly calm. And the morning comes to you. And Belegar, you wake up quite early in the morning by something scratching. And you're not sure what it is, but it's fucking loud. It's annoying as fuck. You want your sleep.
Keep it down. I'm trying to sleep.
And
Gator.
you realize it's coming from a wall. It's coming from the outer wall. And you just hear the scratching get louder and louder. And suddenly you see that there's a hole opening up in the wall.
What the bloody hell? I draw my battle axe immediately.
And in through the wall climbs a familiar friend. black and white friend that seems to be following you. You see a very large honey badger, or honey K badger, if you will.
What? Doppel, you're alive. Why, Muradin's beard. I thought the goblins killed you along with everyone else. And so I sort of lay down the axe on the bed and start scratching Stoppel on the head and behind the ears.
It jumps up on the bed and kind of half crushes you on it while cuddling.
Yeah, but Beligor is happier than he has ever been. I'm just happy at least someone survived.
And yeah, you kind of doze off a little bit, but you get some, maybe an hour or two more of sleep before it's time to actually get up. And no, you wake up with a sense of like you wanted to cough really badly, but you can't.
Yeah, get up, or bow over and bow.
You
Try
do
to get
that,
it out of
and you feel like something wants to come out, but it doesn't. And it's very bothersome for you for quite a while you're trying to cough up and trying to get it out, but eventually it calms down and you don't feel it anymore at the moment.
The hell was that? Oh no, I'm not getting sick. Or start to check it, just in case any zombie bit him or scratched him.
And you have a very thorough search of yourself and no bites.
What a puster. Oh. Maybe it was a cat hair.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session. As you all had a long rest. I hope you guys enjoyed so far. It was a bit shorter session as I had to do some last minute editing.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all good, it's all good. We'll be back on next Saturday. Hopefully we'll be a full team then. And yeah, story continues. Tomorrow, maybe, can't promise, but maybe we'll be back with some shattered pieces. But since Gas wasn't feeling well today, I will say it's probably not gonna happen, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. And we'll be back with some Return of the Sun Emperor on Tuesday. And then we have Wednesday and Thursday on Ardana's campaign, on Ardana's stream. We'll be playing as well.
Yep.
So check that out on Wednesday and Thursday at roughly 7:30 p.m. UK time. With some Theros and some Dennis of the Mad Mage, I believe.
Yes.
So that will be
Dungeons of the Mad Mage, a prologue that was supposed to be a one-shot, but of course it turned into 2 parts.
Yeah, always. So yeah. Also, before we end, we should go around the team and see what our favorite moments are, because I stole that so brazenly from Ardana, and she stole it from the dreaded GM. So let's just keep the stealing going. Speaking of stealing, Cassie, who are you? Who are you playing? And what was your favorite moment of today's evening?
Hi, I'm Ardana or Joe or Oi you there if my regular players have any say in it. I am the GM and channel runner over at the Lorite. Tonight I was playing. No. Today I was playing Cassie, the enchantment wizard. And apparently, according to Darius, the face of the party, I don't recommend that. That's probably not a great idea. As you know, Vitz so tactically alluded to, he's a bit of a kleptomaniac.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, my favorite moment today, I think, was it was Marlborough ordering all the tea, all of it.
Just ordering all teas. It was
Yep.
quite hilarious. I like it.
I will not understate the fact that the tea is always going to win.
The tea always wins, always.
Yeah.
It's a
I
good
think it's-
thing that at least someone has prestidigitation here.
Stuffing his pipe with tea leaf.
Naturally,
Yeah.
Gonna walk downstairs and find a cleric with a very wet pair of pants. Just snoring there.
I mean, you're assuming he
Has
wears
nothing
pants.
to do with the tea.
Might just be robes. We don't know.
Wet robes, wet pants. I don't know. These are wet clothes.
Yes.
The implications there.
I think he has a catheter bag hidden underneath the robes.
A leather catheter.
Yes, like-
A water skin attached to his back, like a.
And yes, Cycle, I do have full tea-based characters in both my campaigns now. So, yeah. Good stuff.
It's easy to make a ale drinking character. A tea drinking is harder.
Yes. Speaking of hard, Rickon, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment?
This close
Excuse?
to having ham stuck in my sinuses. This close.
Excuse? Speaking of what?
I love your
You have to say that while I was laying on a bed.
Fucking transitions.
It's your connections sometimes are questionable at best, but that one.
That's what, yeah. Speaking of hard,
I mean, you can interpret
does that
it
make
as
me
you
the
want.
most attractive one here? I'll take that. Okay.
I meant more like, it can be hard not to crack, it can be other things. It's up to you.
When I'm laying on a bed, maybe don't say that. Yeah.
I'm also to the work
Well,
I've been
God.
editing videos with terrorists in them all day. My mind is already in the gutter. Come on.
so, Rickon, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment?
I am Jason. I am playing Rickon. I've forgotten his last name by now.
Other man.
Adult stuff.
Adult stuff. That's the one. Playing Rickon adult stuff. The noble doesn't at all try to pull his status into anything.
Totally not.
Do we only have five roles? Didn't we only had 5 roles?
Yeah.
But I guess just Belgar trying to get out of the wall, destroying the wall, just slowly drawing it from him. Freaking painful.
Yeah. speaking
And
of
then what happened? And then what happened?
speaking of home wrecking, Belagar, who are you playing and what was your favorite moment?
I'm Sir Duck,
That's a
member
good
of the
one.
Nerd
That's a good
Nation.
one.
That makes sense.
Member of the Nerd Nation, and I played Belagard Dudexon, the Dwarf Ranger Beastmaster, who just was recently reunited with a, well, you could say a friend, essentially. And I'm going to be a little bit egotistical and say that my favorite moment was when Stoffel, the giant cave honey badger, dug through the fucking wall. So we are two of a kind.
And destroyed. Yes, yes. And destroyed another wall.
Yes, but this time it wasn't his fault.
No
Oh,
walls shall hold.
Yeah. For both
Okay.
campaigns you have.
No walls.
Just wait, soon it'll break the fourth wall as well.
But that was the first and second wall.
Yeah,
Now let's
two more
see.
walls.
Can wizards get mending?
I believe they can.
And I have a thing that can let me swap cantrips.
Yes. Speaking of swapping, Noel, who are you playing and what was your favorite moment?
I'm Fate of Night, or Emil. I'm playing the Changeling, Rogue, Sorcerer, Null. Favorite moment? Well, when Mulber, he is the favorite moment always, but when he was looking for fire, he found
Yeah.
every fire.
Yeah, now 20 looking for a fire. Finds
Yeah.
30 fires. So yeah, good job. And yeah, speaking of fires, Barbara, who are you playing and what was your favorite moment?
I am Jamie, also known as Oopski. I am playing Marba Ulrul, who is essentially an always high cleric. I feel like my favourite part has to be the fact that people have only just realised that he's always high.
High on life. It's his life domain.
So yeah.
speaking of people who are high, Vince.
Yes, speaking of people who are high, me. I mean, I did drink a rum and coke, so I guess,
Hey,
maybe.
this is the drink with
Uh,
alcohol.
I did have alcohol in my rum and coke. That's why it's called rum and coke.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like D&D campaigns are just another excuse to drink?
Yes.
Yeah. But this is the ways of us.
Yeah. He tends to overdo. He tends to overdo things.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah. Hello, I am Vitskuga. I'm the dungeon master, creator of this world and god of this universe. And my favorite moment. Um, hmm. I had several, but I do like Rickon's attempt of writing letters to his friend, and it ended up in a full pile of crumbled papers.
Just a bin. The corner just tons of papers.
Yep.
I just got to say, a tree died in vain for that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. A
Yep.
quill and a ink bottle also died in vain.
I mean, I'd give
I
more of a
destroyed
shit
them.
if I was a druid. I'm just saying.
You're not there. The ranger might care.
So yeah, that was pretty nice and chilled session. But we are gonna end it there. So we are gonna do a raid out. Huh? Okay, I'll load. So, what do you think about all the black prick? What do you mean, Robin? Are you referring to my father again? It's a pretty funny story, actually, but
I thought
Yes.
about it. It's funny. A little bit racist.
Well, I mean,
Let's say it on Twitch then.
it's fine. Basically, my father was a musician, and he was traveling the world as a musician. He was old, and well, he wasn't old all the time, but he hated reading notes or like notes. He preferred to play solo, like or improvise. So he was interviewed in national radio in the United States, and it asked how it was to be playing in a big jazz band. And his English was not that great. So he said, I just hate all these.
Ah,
What he was meaning is, he just hate all these black dots on the paper because he hates reading them. And this is said on live radio over the entire United States. Then, a couple of years later, there was a black American who came to join as a guest soloist in the band. And he recognized him and he said, "Oh, you're the one who said this." And it became a thing. So when my dad wrote his own biography of these 30 years in this band, he named the book All These Black Pricks, basically. So thank you for reminding us of that wonderful story, Robin. I appreciate it so much. So yeah, with that said and done, let's move on to the next streamer, and I think we're actually gonna raid Poquito Potato, as they are playing Pal World, and they are having a 12 hours mega stream apparently. So I think we should aid them in this endeavor. So let's raid Poquito Potato. There we go. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back next week with some more Calamity of Astralia shenanigans. But until then, have fun, good night, and goodbye, everyone.
boy, boy.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.